Faith is never about being stagnant. Our calling as Christ followers requires us to challenge our comfort zones regularly, I think.
As people, right, we have a choice. And so I think the Lord gives us that choice too. In any experience or anything that we go to, even a church on Sunday, we can just go to go. But if you're coming with an open and a willing heart to really see, listen, receive, and want to receive what God has to share with you, then there's going to be that transformation.
And we're justified in an instant when we come to Christ, but the process of sanctification is a process of becoming increasingly holy.
Missions helps us in the sanctification process because it refines us. It shows us where we're falling short.
I think because it's a new experience and you're not very accustomed to what's going to happen, so you're very focused on like, oh, what can I take in from this? What can this pour into me? What can I get out of this?
In my view, it's an act of obedience. It's also an act of worship.
Not only does it expand our lens of the world, but it expands our relationship with God and deepens our relationship with God.
I think it's changed a lot in realizing how little in control I am over my own life, and how much more freeing it is to actually lay down your life and to just give God the keys to everything and just be like, okay, God, I don't know what the next step is, but I'm trusting in you.
I realized like whenever I was a child, when I asked Jesus into my heart, I didn't fully know what that meant. So then on that trip, having understood that, that's when I re-accepted Christ and kind of asked him to be the governing role in my life.
What I tell people is you're going to learn a lot about yourself on doing things that are uncomfortable, and you're going to learn a lot about other people.
So when we go, we get this like richer understanding of what the gospel is and who God is and how he loves the world and what he's doing in the world and through his followers.
It really pushed me to start studying the Word and to start having my own relationship with Christ and wanting that personal, deep connection with the Father.
It kind of helped me step forward in my faith.
As we have a relationship with Jesus, we grow in our relationship with him, following his words, his commands, being changed and sanctified by him, leads us into going and being disciples, maybe even before we really understand what all that is.
And it, I think, too, can increase our confidence in how God is moving in the world. And we're able to see God at work in a totally different way.
I always believe that anybody that goes on a short-term missions trip, that God will use that for part of their discipleship, part of their growing. It may not be right now, but I know that it will have an impact on their life.
I was nervous, but also really excited to see what God had in store, because it felt like just this was where God was directing me.
What's really been impactful to me, and it happens actually after every mission experience, it's the decompression, it's the process that occurs after you get home, and then it really starts to sink in. This might have been more about what the Lord was doing with me personally than what anything that I was doing while I was on mission.